Hello, everyone. This is going to be a quick video just to explain how Deerscape works, in particular for the warps category and all the ramifications it has, and how it has to change the route. This is like an addendum to my previous full playthrough of the warps category tutorial, because that wasn't included in this. Okay, so we're going to start right from the beginning. So I am playing on the debug version of the game, where I've got triggers being shown. So some things might look a bit different, like you can see dust hitbox and stuff like that. But just ignore that. It's because for Deerscape it's useful to be able to see the trigger. So we're going to be doing that. So we're starting right from the beginning because it changes the route through Glade in some important ways. So at the very start of the game, you notice that we start at 65 out of 80 HP. That's important because we're playing on casual difficulty. Anytime we pick up a healing item, if we're not on full HP, we automatically use it, which is a problem if you want to save them all for money at the end. Now, without Deerscape, money is not very tight for warps. You just pick up the key as long as you've got all the keys that you need. You don't need anything else, because you can eat apples before you pick up wall chickens, and then you can make sure you have 3 wall chickens, which is what you need to have enough, basically. However, doing Deerscape skips getting those apples, so it's much harder to have enough money. So we need to pick up 3 wall chickens, and so we need to pick up 3 of them while on full HP. So what I do is I just destroy this, and I intentionally pick it up, so that I have enough. So I have full HP. So now the next 3 walls I can destroy, I can pick up the money. Okay, so. This is the actual skip. So the movement, you just drop through here, wall roll there, you land right on this edge, and this is where you want to do the trick. So firstly I'll show you the trigger. So it's actually on the next room. You see right here, when I trigger this, listen closely. You see, you can hear the sound of the deers. That's the trigger that we're skipping, and that's why it's called deer skip. And you see, anytime we hit it, by not hitting this trigger, it means that the next triggers won't activate there. So this will triggers like the first cutscene in the first fight of the game. But if we jump over this blue trigger, then it won't trigger that first fight. So we don't have Rising Dust Storm or anything like that, so we've got to do something else to get over it. So what we're going to do is basically jump off here to get over it like that. So I'll show you the easy way to do it first. So you want to stand right at the edge here. Like, remember that you've just done a jump roll off here to, an edge roll. It's hard to replicate when it's not in a real run, but you've landed like right here. You jump right at the edge, and at the top of your jump, you want to do XXY, XXY. And then you can gain an infinite amount of height just by holding X and left and right, and just doing this. And then you can just do XXXY. XXXY is the best way to maintain your height. You don't need to do any extra transitions though if you do it right. And the trick to doing it right is to hit the Y right before the screen trigger. So jump and wait until your max height, XXY, XXXY, right before the trigger. And then once you're in this room, all you have to do is just hold X, and then hold X, and then hit Y as soon as you, as soon as the third slash comes out. Obviously you're holding X, so you immediately slash again, and then again, as soon as the third slash comes out, hit Y, and then as soon as you press Y, roll right. So I press right on the analog stick to do it. Obviously you can hit right trigger as well to do that. So I just wait a tiny bit to make sure that I am doing the Y input right before the transition. That is the key to getting this consistently. Like that. And you can see the red bar, I believe, and the green dot at the bottom is like dust hitbox. So as long as that doesn't intersect with the trigger, it's fine. And you see that it's not even that tight to do it when you can see the trigger. And then of course once you do that, you just roll across, and then that doesn't trigger the first fight. So because we picked up the wall chicken, we have full HP. An alternate strat could be to stand on here to get full HP if you didn't already, but I think that is a little bit slower, but I haven't timed it, but waiting here for HP is actually kind of slow. So another problem is that obviously we can't get hit. If we ever get hit, then the next wall chicken we pick up will take damage. Yeah, so the next wall chicken will just eat immediately, so we won't be able to sell it. So it's really important that we don't get hit. The best way to not get hit is just have really clean, planned out movement. Like these rooms you should never be hit. Let's see if we can get... Nice. Like these rooms you should never be hit if you don't make a mistake, like I just did there. So that was unlucky. So this is the scariest room. If you're going to get hit, it's very likely to be in this room, but again, you can minimize the chance of being hit by just having very clean, planned movement. Cancelling into your jumps makes a huge difference, so rather than just rolling and then jumping, rolling, crouch slash jump, or rolling slash jump, to this, so you can cancel the end lag of the roll into the jump faster. So, you know, so like, oh. Something. I felt my inputs went wrong there. Yeah, okay. I'll do it. Yeah, so like... What's... Sorry. Something feels a bit wrong. Yeah, like that. So, like this room, I would do it like 2 rolls, and then... So that was like an example of a very unlucky hit. If they attack you just at the wrong time, you're pretty screwed. Yeah, so just cancelling it. Oh. And then here you want to do a drop cancel. So on that log, again, I do a crouch slash. So I'm holding down and I just flick my hand across attack and drop, so I can cancel the end leg of the roll into the drop. And then you get down here. Hopefully you get good boost RNG. Wow, this is really bad boost RNG. There we go. Just only do 4 or 5 there, then boost up, and then you can always hit them away if you want. So that's a really tricky room. I'll just do it one more time, just because it's, and I'll try and do it like as I would do it in a run, rather than just like weird and slow. See, that was just like, my movement wasn't perfect and got punished by the enemy just attacking me in the worst possible way. That was weird. There we go. Drop cancel. That was a good key pickup as well. Terrible RNG. Ugh. When you think you've got the boost, but you don't, it's so annoying. Wow, yeah, normally that boost is like, it's like 99% to get that boost, which is pretty bad. Okay, so in my previous video I talk about optimal movement here. By zigzagging here, it makes it so you won't get hit, because any enemies that come near you will get hit by the zigzag, and so they won't be able to hit you. Doing a not zigzag there is actually really annoying to not get hit. So that's our first 2 wall turkeys. You can still get hit here if you're not on this section. You have to really mess up to... Wow. That was the worst possible RNG, but still didn't get hit. Here, during this jump cancel, you can get hit, but it's fine. So that's like the last time you can get hit. You're basically, if you make it this far, you've done it. My movement's so off today. Because now there's no enemies until the last wall turkey. So then you do this. It's good to listen to the audio cues. There's a little like twinkle sound when you pick up the wall chicken, because you can't really see the wall chicken after you first hit it. I find that jumping into the wall, you generally pick up pretty quick. Make sure you pick up the key, hit the save point, and reload, of course. And so there's one more thing you need to worry about. So 3 wall turkeys is actually not enough. You actually need 3 wall turkeys and 15 gold. So we actually only have 14 gold, which makes this a perfect opportunity. There's 2 backups. One is to do bomb slime, which is what I'm doing here. Which you'll almost always pick up some of the money. Bomb slime is like optimal because that slightly saves time. If you didn't get bomb slime, which is just an RNG strat, what you should do is kill this slime instead, like that, and then go. So it costs you like a second or two if you don't have the money, but that'll always give you enough money. Wow, this is really bad. I blame debug mode for making me bad. That was very, very close to hitting the trigger for that boss fight, but it's fine. So that is so that's all of deer skip apart from I need to show you the backup. So if you do get hit and you miss a wall chicken, then you need to do the full backup. So this backup is this backup loses more time than deer skip saves. So you're actually losing time if you have to do this. But what you do, rather than going up here, come over here. You'll probably get the cutscene there for the chest. And open this chest. This chest has loads of money in it, so you just stand here and then just pick everything up. Like, you can see we've got 400 now. Like, it gives you more than enough money to not have even the fact you lost a key, it more than makes up for it. So if you do the backup, you'll need to sell more stuff. So you'll have this, you have this. You also need to sell this ring, which you just picked up in the backup chest. And then you sell all but 1 key, so only 3 keys rather than 4 keys. And then obviously we buy 8 of those, and then and you see we have plenty of gold. We're like about 180 gold over. And yeah, so we now have the TP stone, so we can go on to the rest of the run. So that is deer skip. This video is a lot longer than it necessarily needed to be, but in warps there's actually quite a lot you have to do to make sure you have enough money. Other side note, if you're playing on warpless, then it's free because money is nowhere near as tight. So you can just do deer skip, pick up the keys, and as long as you pick up enough keys, which is 1 less than warps, of course, you're fine. So deer skip is basically a free 10-second time save, whereas a bit trickier in warps. Not really recommend unless you're going for really fast times, just because it'll make Glade a lot more reset heavy, or you'll lose 10 seconds doing the backup very frequently. But it's a good strat. Cool.